What's going on? It's your boy Lazy Lightsaber back at it again for another video. I know it's been a while, guys. It's been a couple of weeks, I believe, since I posted my last video. I do apologize, but unfortunately life got in the way. But we're back. We're back for sure. I know I usually try to aim to give you guys a weekly video at least. And unfortunately I wasn't able to, but like I said, we're gonna get back to our regular scheduled programming moving forward. So don't forget to hit your boy up on Twitter. That's at Lazy Lightsaber on Twitter. You can follow me there. I do post from time to time. And we can get the conversation rolling on video games. Now, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is about to drop tomorrow. Depending on when you've seen this, it may already be out. Actually, it's dropping 1 hour and a half from when I'm making this video on the eShop. So I already have it pre-ordered. I'm expecting it to come to my doorstep here within the next 24 hours. Hopefully it does. Probably less than 24 hours, but I'm definitely excited for it. Don't worry, there's no spoilers in this video at all. This is simply a video on how I feel Zelda Breath of... Man, I cannot stop saying that. How many times have I said it on this video and caught myself? Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity runs on handheld. I think there's been a lot of content put out there on YouTube, but very few people will talk about how the game runs on handheld. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to test and look at both sides of this thing, right? We're going to check out Hyrule Warriors on the Switch, and then Hyrule Warriors on the Switch Lite, and how they both run in comparison to each other, and then compare that to how the game runs on docked version. So with my version specifically, well, it's the same demo version that everybody has, but a lot of people dogged this game out saying that it had low frames per second. It was kind of capping out at 30, and they were as low as maybe 15, 16 frames per second on certain scenes. And I guess they got bummed out because the game wasn't as graphically intensive as they wanted it to be. And again, I tell people, well, this is not a PS Pro, PS5 or an Xbox X series. This is a Nintendo Switch, so you kind of got to know where this fits in. Now, I know there's a good looking game like Zelda Breath of the Wild that looks good, and even that game sometimes drops in frame rates, but people make it seem like it's this horrible experience, that it's unplayable, and that is not the truth. All right, on dock, the game does not look terrible. Yes, it does dip in frame rate. Now, I'll get to when it looks terrible, because there are times that it does look terrible. But this is not the case just straight up, you put the game in and it's automatically looking like crap. That's not true. So the cutscenes will look great as usual, and the gameplay looks pretty decent. It actually looks good. It's a very bright game. It has a lot of colors that pop out. And the game looks good on both docked and undocked, but we'll get to cover that here soon. The problem comes in when you go into co-op mode. When you go into co-op mode, you get to see the frame rate and the visuals go down. I mean down seriously. That sucks, because I was expecting this game to look good on co-op mode, and unfortunately at that point it does take it away. And I hate the fact that that happens, because I was really excited about that. I was really excited to play this game with my son, and it takes away from the graphics and from the frame rate when you play docked. It really does take it away. Like, I'm not making this up. If you want to give it a try, just go ahead and try and see if you can just put two-player co-op. Even if there's no other person to play with, just run it like that so you can see for yourself. But undocked in handheld mode, it actually doesn't look too bad. I didn't notice too many parts where the game was just dropping frame rates. Now, of course, it doesn't look as good as it does on TV, because on the TV you got, maybe the 1080p, and it runs better when it's on dock mode, but it wasn't like a huge drop off. There were times in the scenes that the game kind of fell below frame rate. I would say maybe in the 20s. but I didn't feel like it was a huge disparity either. I do enjoy this game on handheld as well, and it didn't take away from the actual gaming experience. However, it does not look as good as it does on your TV, so keep that in mind if you are going to buy this game. There is a slight drop off, which is, you know, it's definitely expected, just because the screen on the Switch is 720p, so kind of expect that to not be as good as it would be if the game was playing on docked. Now, when I played it on the Switch Lite, that's when I felt like the game kind of lost its quality. It did look even worse, which is kind of confusing because the screen is smaller, so you would expect the pixels to be more compact and more tied into each other. So you would actually expect the game to look better on the Switch Lite than on the regular Switch in handheld mode. So I was really kind of let down by that, and it was kind of curious to see how it fell off so much. Now, if you do have a Switch Lite and you're getting this game specifically for the Switch Lite, and you're not going to be using it on your docked Switch because you're just a Switch Lite person, I would still recommend the game. The game is still pretty good, and it's still, it's not going to be so bad that it's going to take away from your gaming experience, but it's definitely, you're going to tell that it's not as sharp as Zelda Breath of the Wild looks. But again, these are things that can be fixed via a software update or some type of patch. Now, I'm not going to guarantee that Komi, Tecmo, whatever the name of that company that made this game, is going to do it, but with Nintendo backing them, you know, and it's their IP on the line, you're using Zelda characters for this game, I'm pretty sure a patch will come to make the game look better. I do remember when Zelda Breath of the Wild came out, there were some times where the frame rates would drop really low, like when it first came out, and then Nintendo released a patch to assist with that. So you can definitely see something similar like that coming out for this game. I'm really excited. There's a lot of spoilers out there that just people that, you know, hack the game or whatever, and they kind of know who the final bosses are and what the ending of the game is. So I've been trying to stay away from YouTube the past 3 days just to not spoil this game for myself, and I've been successful. I almost got it ruined for myself today, actually. I put in my search Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity just to see if there was some reviews that I might have missed from the original demo, and there was a thumbnail, and it showed Moduga or whatever, and then it showed a bunch of pictures of other people, but I quickly, you know, turned off my phone screen just to not get it spoiled, and I turned the phone back on and logged off of YouTube or whatever. I closed YouTube down on my phone so I wouldn't ruin it for myself, and I've been kind of been staying away from YouTube, at least from Zelda content, and trying to watch, you know, sports stuff, my Dolphin stuff, and just kind of trying to stay away from that part, because I'm really not trying to ruin it for myself. And it sucks for people who just want to enjoy the game. Come on, I've made it this far, or I just less than 24 hours for this game to come out. I can wait, because tomorrow when that game drops, I will be hopping on. I will be hopping on immediately to continue and drop more content for you guys on this game. Because once tomorrow comes, that's it. The floodgates are going to be completely open. I'm going to have the game in my possession, and I'm going to beat this game. And you guys are going to join me for that ride. So anyways, like I said before, if you guys share the same opinion as I do about having the Switch Lite or the OG Switch running Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity on handheld, let me know how you feel about that. Let me know if you have felt like the same drop in frame rate and just, you know, gameplay when you're playing on handheld opposed to playing on docked mode on your Nintendo Switch. Don't forget to like this video, and if you're new to my channel and you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You guys have a good one. It's your boy Lazy. Take care.
with